Yes, welcome students. This video lecture is a part of Vidyasagar School Digital Learning Program. Today we continue our chapter number 3, metal and non-metal. We already provide two lecture video about this chapter. This is third video lecture, and if you do not see this video completely, then this is your fault. You have to note in your notebook also. I will never repeat these notes again in your class. We discuss only the questions. So during your holiday, you have to complete these notes not along with the date in your notebooks, so we can smoothly run our question and answers practice. So you can see here metal and non-metal. We continue this chapter with ionic compounds. So we already see these ionic compound in our day-to-day lives. We interact with a lot of ionic compounds. For example, calcium carbonate, that is a kind of chalk which is used by your teacher in class. Sodium chloride, another salt which is common in our kitchen. That's why it's called common salt and table salts. Okay, the compounds which are formed by transfer of electrons from metal to non-metal. So basic thing is about the ionic compound is ionic compounds are made up of metal and another is non-metal thing. So whenever metal and non-metal atoms are combined together to give ionic compounds, for example, NaCl. So the metallic part is sodium, while the non-metallic part is chlorine. Okay, so sodium chloride is a kind of ionic compound. In this way, we can see. Acha, if we see the periodic table and we can compare it, then the S block elements, yes, where we found this periodic table, that's on your page number 86 in your class 10th NCERT textbook. You can see here there is a S block and P block. So the metals always belongs to S block, and generally ionic compounds having non-metal belongs to P block. So we have a look on the first non-metallic compound, ionic compound, that is NaCl, and this pictorial represent the formation of ionic compound, how these ionic compounds are formed. We see the electronic distribution of sodium 281 in first shell, that is 2 K shell 2, L shell 8, and M shell there is 1. So one electron in outermost shell, that is valence electron. If the sodium loses its first electron from the outermost shell, it acquires 8 electron configuration in its outermost shell, and it is quite stable. So sodium has to lose this electron, and in contrast, if you see the chlorine atom, so chlorine atom has 7 electron in their valence shell, and it requires one more electron to complete its octet. Octet means 8 electron. So it gain this electron from metal, that means metal, sodium, and complete its octet. You can see here, yes, sodium loses its one electron. That electron is the first, that electron that loses by sodium. You can see here, yes, that electron is loses by this sodium, and this electron will transfer to chlorine. Okay, and chlorine then has now 8 electron, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That means it have it has what it have 8 electron in its outermost shell, and this configuration is quite stable. It acquire one more electron, and become stable. Stable. Okay. While sodium will also stable by losing one electron, because it also have now 8 electron. Okay, and it is also quite stable here. So both are stable. That's why they form ionic compounds. You can see the pictorial. This is a pic of sodium chloride that are generally found in your kitchen. That is common, very common salt. Now we see the physical properties of ionic compound. So what are the physical properties that we observe? First, they are crystalline. solid. Second, they can soluble in water, that means they are dissolved in polar solvent, because ionic compounds are polar solids. And as we know, like dissolve like theory, that means जो जैसा होता है उसी में घुलता और मिलता है, that means polar dissolve in a polar. So ionic compound get dissolved in water. Next, they are good conductor of electricity in their aqueous and molten state, not in solid. Remember, not in solid state. Solid जो है solid form में कभी भी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को कंडक्ट नहीं करता, पर इसकी एक्वस फॉर्म यानी कि जब ये पानी में घोल दिया जाएगा या फिर आप जब इसे मेल्ट कर देंगे तब ये इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंडक्ट करता है। ऐसा क्यों है, इसकी बात हम लास्ट में करेंगे। नेक्स्ट वन इज फोर्थ, they are generally having very high melting and boiling points. Okay, now we can see ionic compounds conduct electricity in aqueous form but not in solid form. So now we find the answer that what why this happen. Because if you see the bottle which contains solid form of NaCl will never conduct electricity. Why? Because in solid form, cation and anions of the ionic compounds are fixed at their positions and they are not free to carry charge from one place to another place. While in case of aqueous form, the sodium and chloride ions are free to carry charge. If they carry charge from one place to another place, they become conductive or good conductors. So when we dissolve this sodium chloride, that means ionic compound in water, this anyhow this ionic crystal lattice get broken, and because of that broken ionic crystal lattice, these ions become free and they conduct electricity. Now there is a not caption in a crystalline form, ions are not free to conduct electricity. You can see here the pink color sphere represent the chloride, because comparatively chloride anions are generally greater in size than cation. Sodiums are represented by sodium cation are represented by small red sphere. You can see here. Come to the next. Generally, ionic compounds are having high melting and boiling point, and someone asked about the why they are showing high and melting points, boiling points. So the answer is because of a strong electrostatic force of attraction, and second answer goes to their high lattice enthalpy. But in class 10 syllabus, you have very small knowledge about the lattice enthalpy, so we give the answer in favor of strong inter-ionic electrostatic force of attraction. You can see here ions like cation and anions are strongly bonded with the ionic interactions. You can see here, as we know, sodium loses its electrons and gain positive charge, while chlorine gain electron and acquire negative charge. And between positive and negative charge, which are oppositely charged, there is a kind of electrostatic force of attraction, and because of that attraction they are able to form ionic bonds between them. Okay, because of high because of strong interionic electrostatic force of attraction, they are generally show high melting and boiling point. So this is all are about today lecture. This is the worksheet for you students. You have to complete this worksheet, questions and answers I will discuss. I discuss these questions. Yes, first question is define following cations and anions. So cations are the species which are having positive charge is called cation, while the species which is having negative charge is called anion. Come to the next question, question number second. Give any four example of ionic compound. So you can write the answers of this ionic compound. These are NaCl, sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, calcium chloride, that is CaCl2, magnesium chloride, that is MgCl2. These are the examples of salts. If you don't got the examples of salt. Then go for the chapter number second, acid, base, and salts. I provide there lot of example of salts. Okay, like bleaching powder, baking soda, okay, washing soda. Now the question number third, ionic compound formed due to transfer of electron from gas, metal to non-metal. Because metal are generally have tendency to lose electron, while non-metal have tendency to gain electron. Now the question number four, give reason. Ionic compounds not conduct electricity in solid form but can in molten and aqueous form. So the answer is very simple, because in molten and aqueous form there they have free ions that conduct charge from one place to another place. Now question number fifth, write physical characteristics of the ionic compound. So I already discussed this. They generally have high melting and boiling point. They are crystalline solid. They soluble in water. They are soluble in water. Their aqueous solutions are good conductor of electricity. So this is all about today lecture. Thank you for seeing this video, being watched this video. Uh, have a nice day.